We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy
Well, of course, we're not going to forget the tradition, the annual vinyl and CD update Christmas edition that I do almost before every Christmas Eve right now. Here in Sweden we celebrate Christmas the 24th, so it's 2 days left here, and you saw the pictures before. Pretty beautiful. We will have a white Christmas this year. Hallelujah. And when it comes to December, the month of September of record buying, it was, I'm not going to deny the fact that it was definitely a really, really good month. Actually, I have all this to show. So it was a pretty good month. I have a lot to listen to. So let's start. I'm going to try not to make this video an eternity. Singles. Found this one. This is a classic, couple of classic Eurovision Song Contests songs. This is the winner of 1976 year's Eurovision. This is Brotherhood of Man, Save Your Kisses From Me. Nice little catchy tune. This is interesting because I don't think that this is not the version from that was released after they won the contest. This is the version they released after they won the British national final, actually, before the Eurovision Song Contest. Not that easy to get hold of here in Sweden, so I'm very happy to have this one. Taking many years back. I'm not sure which year we're talking about here, but I print it down here. We're talking about the German Eurovision entry, Tina und Marina, zwei kleine Italiener, sung by Conny Frobes. Real nice little catchy tune. Stevie Wonder, Superstition. Really happy for that one. Of course, a nice Motown label. Lindsay DePaul. This was a blind buy for only $2, 20 cents. Sorry, for 20 cents. Sugar Me. I have literally no idea who this is. I heard the name, but that's all. This one looked interesting. This is a single with one jazz single with one musician on one side and one on the other side. Duke Ellington on one side and Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie on the other side. What a strange combination. Side 1, Duke Ellington, and It Shouldn't Happen to a Dream, and Tulip or Tunip. Side 2, Time After Time, and Salt Peanuts, with Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker. Yet another blind buy of an artist I absolutely have no idea who it was, but for 20 cents, why not give it a chance? Barry Ryan and Love is Love. This is from 68, I think I checked that it was. Very, very powerful and very, very extremely well produced. Sounds almost like it could be in a James Bond movie, actually. I really like this one, so definitely it will stay in the collection. Going on to CDs. Wasn't that big CD month, actually, but found a couple. Phil Collins and his album where he makes covers of old Motown classics. He's doing this with the Funk Brothers also, actually. And he makes covers of Uptight, Everything Is Alright, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. We have Standing in the Shadow of Love, and Love Is Like a Heat Wave, and it worked also closely together with of course Lamont Dozier. So this one is going to be very, very interesting to hear what Phil Collins has done with these classic. As you can see, nice touch of making side 1 and side 2 to get the genuine vinyl feeling. Eagles, Hell Freezes Over. Many of you might know this. It is 4 new tracks, and the rest is a live concert. Very interesting. The album where they reunited for the first time in ages, from 1994. This one is very interesting. It's Swedish jazz on accordion. As you know, I'm a little bit of interested in accordion jazz. However, this one is a little special. This is an accordion player from somewhere up here, named Göran Palm. Göran Palm Quartet. Jazz på dragspel, jazz on accordion. Although the interesting here is that normally when you hear this jazz on accordion, it is these regular jazz standards that you hear every day. I'm playing it pretty good, but here is the first time I've heard or seen an accordion player play bebop. So take a look at this here, playing Boplicity, playing a track by Gigi Grice, and we have Afternoon in Paris, John Lewis, and he Pent Up House, Sonny Rollins, and he also plays Blessed Relief by Frank Zappa. So this one is, I listened to Quick Peaks, and it sounds very, very interesting. It's going to be interesting to listen to the full length. So now it is time to make room for all the full-length vinyl. Been a very good month for vinyl. Good way to end this year. Starting off with an album that I felt only I needed to have, almost because of one track, but it was overall looked very interesting. This is from a movie that I know actually absolutely nothing about. I guess that many of you Beatles fans out there, like me, Mr. Mayo, and James Griffith, know about this. Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's a movie about the Beatles. The movie is from soundtrack is from 1978. And what led me to buy this was the extremely unique combination of this. Alice Cooper and the Bee Gees. Only on the sleeve it looked pretty hilariously. How should this sound like? Alice Cooper and the Beatles with a song called Because. Obviously not on one of Beatles' most famous songs, because I don't know that one. And it doesn't sound good. It doesn't work with Alice Cooper trying to sound like as dangerous as only he can, but sounds more like some kind of a freaked out cartoon villain, and with a stupid 70s echo, and Bee Gees trying to make some kind of a relaxing sound. It sounds very, very bad. And we have here other interesting combinations: Peter Frampton and Bee Gees. We have Bee Gees is the one that is the most focused on here. But we have Got to Get You Into My Life with Earth, Wind and Fire, Day in a Life with Bee Gees, Get Back, Billy Preston. We have Come Together with Aerosmith, and whole lot of interesting names here. Not only Bee Gees, even though they are having the most of the time here. It is produced by George Martin, and hopefully that I haven't listened to more than this Alice Cooper and Bee Gees. Hopefully that the other one is a little bit better, but. It was extremely funny to listen to that track, Alice Cooper and Bee Gees. This is Gary Moore's debut back on the streets in a reissued nice price version. Low budget version, but still very, very great to have. Phil Lynott is of course on this one also. This one was actually on my wish list, so I'm very happy to have found it. More Than Ever, Blood, Sweat and Tears, from 1976. Kind of boring cover. Couldn't have done better than this. Hopefully the music is better. Benny Goodman plays Gershwin. Sounds pretty cool, right? But it is released on CBS series I Love Jazz. And I Love Jazz, I have gotten little bad vibes because I have one cassette with I Love Jazz, and that is this one, the Duke Ellington's Greatest Hits. So I have gotten the feeling that I Love Jazz is merely a compilation series with the best songs that you hear everywhere and so on, and with a low budget, even though it is sub-label to CBS. But I couldn't resist when I looked at it. It was Benny Goodman with strings playing I Got Rhythm. I never heard I Got Rhythm with strings. It was a Benny Goodman in Brussels playing Fascinating Rhythm. It was Fred Astaire singing. I have very little with Fred Astaire singing. So it was very much songs that I actually didn't have. So why not? This one was kind of a blind buy, but because I never heard of the band Deco, unknown to me. But what made me buy it was that it is released on Q West, and executive producer is actually Quincy Jones. Can't be all that bad then. Listen to quick peeks of it, and it sounds really funky. It's from 1983. Classical Collection, The best of Spencer Davis Group. The 60s release. Really fun to have. With Steve Winwood at the organ. Who can resist then? This was an artist that I've heard of, but I never really listened to him and heard anything with him. But looked like some very interesting musicians here. We have Luther Vandross in background vocal and Michael Brecker. We have all kind of interesting stuff. So it has. I get the feeling that this might be some kind of smooth jazz. David Spinoza and the album Spinoza from 1978. Listen to Quick Peaks and it sounds very, very interesting, very smooth. Swedish singer, balladeer. She does many different kind of musical styles. Maritza Horn, and the album Morning in Georgia from 1988. Consisting hits, the biggest hit single she had actually, called Lyssna till ditt hjärta, Listen to Your Heart. That is a little nice samba sounding track in Swedish Schlager style. But it sounds very relaxing, the entire album, the Quick Peaks I've listened to it. This one was also something that I had no idea what it actually was. But looked at some of the names. Guitars here, Ray Parker Jr. And some familiar names, so I said to myself, why not? This is Leon Haywood and the album Double My Pleasure from 1977. Quick peeks of it sounds pretty great actually. It's going to be very interesting. More Swedish balladeers. I'm showing many times before. One of my favorites, Cornelis Vreeswijk, born in Holland. This is an album called Poem, Ballader och lite blues. Poems, ballads and some blues. It's a double album set with recordings from 1970. He sings a whole lot of his own songs. He sings other poets that he have made music to. So very nice copy. We have Casino Light, which is a live concert from Montreux in Switzerland, featuring David Sanborn, Al Jarreau, Randy Crawford, Yellow Jackets, and so on. So live recordings like this, couldn't pass it up. Couldn't, of course, leave that one behind. Atlanta Rhythm Section, Quinella from 1981. I have only one Atlanta Rhythm Section album before. It's going to be very interesting to have more. Then we have an album that I have as a cassette copy, but I felt I wanted to have it on a real album version. In Flight, George Benson. Real great one. More Soul, Roberta Flack, Feel Like Making Love from 1975. And now we come to a band that I actually, it's not often I'm buying 4 albums by the same artist that I have no idea actually who they are. But I listened to, I saw these 4 albums and I decided why not? So I checked on YouTube if they were good. And it sounded very relaxing little style of America, and I love that band America. So I felt like, hell, it's only $1. I give it a chance of a band called Orleans that I actually never heard of before, but it sounded very, very smooth and very, very nice singer-songwriter style. So I gave it a shot. This is Let There Be Music from 1975. We have a self-title, I think. Looks like a self-title. This is from 1980. And we have another self-title. This is from 1973. And we have Forever from 1979. Really nice quality also. Look at this, it's definitely near mint. Some of these records. So it's going to be interesting to listen to, get to know Orleans a whole lot more better. This one is actually I have listened to. This is Doobie Brother, One Step Closer from 1980. Real smooth and great album. Nothing to complain by here. It sounds extremely well made and really, really nice. So really like this one. We have an album that I also have been listening to. This is Count Basie live in Japan, 1978. Release on Pablo, and sounds very, very nice. Not the regular Count Basie songs, actually. To be honest, I only recognize a handful of songs here. Things Ain't What They Used to Be, All on Me, and Jumpin' at Woodside. But then there are tracks that I never heard of, like Freckle Face, Shiny Stockings, and we have Count Basie Goes Funk, Left Hand Funk, and it actually works. It's really, really good. So really odd and kind of a new Count Basie sound on this one, and I really like it. So this one will definitely stay in the collection. And finally, we have an album that I bought merely for one track, but I listened to the entire album and it is really, really great. This is the Stanley Clarke Band from 1985 with Find Out, and I bought it for this rap version of Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA, which was a song that I listened to in my childhood, the summer of 1985, in a radio show that I listened to. That was one of the programs that made me discover pop music, and I really thought that one was really, really fun. I still think it's a great song, and it's extremely well made album. Really, really great. Highly recommended this album. Really funky and great. So that was my September. I think I went through them pretty fast, actually, if I'm looking at the time, comparing to what it used to be when it is a whole lot of findings. So now let's celebrate some Christmas. I'm going to be back, of course, soon with the annual year in review. And until then, I wish each and every one of my subscribers a very, very merry Christmas to each and every one of you. I hope that you eat well, that you get great records in your packages or whatever you get in your packages, that you have a nice time with family and friends, and that the Christmas is very nice to you. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Take care, and so long.